Alright, so welcome back to DajibanLife. This is day 2. So today I'm going to be connecting this BMS. And I was thinking about it last night, and if I have a BMS, that means I don't really need this battery protect anymore. The BMS should be able to control, the charge, how high it charges and how low the battery gets before it cuts off. So I actually can get rid of this guy right here and sort of connect everything to the BMS, I think. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna clean some of this stuff up here. Maybe my wiring might change a little bit, which isn't a bad thing, but I don't have any more of this gauge wire. I probably don't even need this thick of a gauge, honestly, but just for safety's sake I overbuilt it. So I'll kind of have to figure some of this stuff out, but I'll try to talk through some important points as I go along. But I decided I have this some of this foam here, and this is what I'm going to use to put under the battery bank. And I'll probably just affix it, I think. Yeah, I'll probably just put some double-sided foam tape on the bottom to affix this to the board, the wooden board, and then maybe run some foam tape along, here, so the battery bank kind of sits on that, so it kind of holds it in place for the most part. I mean, it'll still, that's not really strong enough to keep it on there, but at least it'll, sort of hold it on there for, as much as it can. I don't think really there's a whole lot of movement inside of this box. I did drive around last night like this, where the battery's just sort of loose, and I went over some bumps and stuff, and it wasn't really an issue, just because the shock absorption already apparent in the van, unless I go over some crazy jumps or something. I don't think it'll be an issue, so I'll just have to watch it when I do some crazy jumps. But other than that, yeah, so let me get started on this, and yeah. Alright, so I got all the leads connected to the BMS, and I guess I didn't really need to use leads. This BMS came with the ends already solder tipped, so really you could probably just solder them straight onto the battery. I thought about doing that, but meh, whatever, this works also. I didn't have enough enough ring ends to make them all the same, so I had to use some different kinds, but it's alright, it'll work. So basically I'm going to be following this diagram here from the manufacturer, and connect it up. It's pretty easy. Basically the main negative leads go to the main negative of the battery, which is going to be here, and then the main positive lead, the main negative leads go out to the negative terminal right here, which are these guys, sorry, and then the main positive leads are going to go into this guy here. And basically, yeah, so let me wire that up the way it's supposed to be, and then I guess we can try testing it out. And it comes with this nifty app, which I'm going to download, and then you can control it through the app, I guess, which is kind of cool. Never had that before, so we'll see how that works. So I think that's pretty much it. I didn't tighten down all these nuts completely, just because I'm in the testing phase. So basically what the deal is now is everything's hooked up, right? So now the battery negative is actually these two wires that come out of the BMS. So this is the negative, the main negative, and the main positive is going to be the positive post on the battery. I mean, I guess I could like make, you know, separate battery terminals that all this stuff wires to, but it's really not necessary. I think it'll be fine the way it is. So in order to test this now, I need to, I think it said when I was looking at Will Prowse's webpage, it said that you just need to connect a charging source and the BMS should turn on. There's a way to trip it on with a very low voltage something, but so let me try to figure that out on how to turn this BMS on. I'm going to download the app and see if I can get this thing to work. Alright, so we've run into our first problem here. I connected the battery to the solar charge controller and there is no reading. It's not turning on. Usually when you connect the battery source to the solar charge controller, it'll turn on, but there's no power. So I'm going to check the voltage real quick here. We're at 26.2 apparently, 26.4. So that means the battery's good. I think I've followed the directions, the wiring diagram here pretty accurately, because the blue wires are going to the main negative, which is this, unless black means positive for some reason in crazy China world. Because these batteries are made in China. So unless white is negative and black is positive, then I don't know why this isn't working. Maybe the polarity is reversed as far as the colors go. I mean, all the wiring should be fine. I connected BMS, each cell to the main negative terminals, just because it made more sense, because the first one started off on the negative, so I put all other one on the negative, so that should be fine. So unless the polarity is reversed, I don't know why it would. Maybe it says here somewhere. Oh, you know what? Yeah, crazy China world. Plus, minus. Oh, okay. Black means positive now. Oh, I see. And white means, you know, white means negative. Oh, good. That's great. Okay. So let me fix that, and then we'll try this again. Crazy China world, man. Crazy China world. I mean, to be fair, I probably should have looked at the polarity markings on the batteries itself. So, you know, that's my fault. I'll take the hit for that. You know what I mean? I just sort of assumed, you know, universally, you know, black means minus and white, you know, or red means plus. But, you know, that's my mistake, you know. So, you know what, you know, China, you're fine. You know, you did good. You did good. I messed up. So I got to change all these over now to the opposite ones. Great. And move this one over. So let me do that. What a pain in the butt, man. What a pain in the butt. Good thing it didn't fry anything doing that. Oh, something started smoking there. So I turned it off. Nothing should be connected. So I don't know why it's smoking. That's kind of scary. I disconnected everything on this side too. So it's not like there's a short anywhere. So maybe I should just, maybe I should take these other connections off first before I do anything here. really don't know why this BMS would start smoking. I'm just gonna chalk it up to, you know, just that it being new and maybe it was breaking in. I mean, yeah, I did have it wired sort of wrong, but really that shouldn't have made too much of a difference because it's not like I was shorting anything out. So we'll try this again. I'll reconnect this now that I'm adjusted to crazy backwards China world. Where this is positive and this is negative. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But you know, that's adapt and overcome, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and wire that up. So I got everything hooked up supposedly the way it's supposed to be. I'm gonna check the battery. Obviously things are pretty rough here. 26.2, so that means the battery's hooked up correctly. So I connected the app. It's made by Xiaosheng, Chinese again. Hopefully they're not collecting too much of my information, but they probably are. But whatever, I don't know why a battery management system needs to know my location, because it asks for GPS access so they can track me, you know, make sure I'm using their products, or they want to know, I don't know, man. Anyway, I've connected with the app through Bluetooth, which is kind of cool. It asked me to input the amp hour range of the battery, so I put in 190, which is supposedly what it's supposed to be. Total voltage is 26.4, which what my voltmeter, you know, pretty much read. Range is 3.3 volts per cell. Voltage difference is only 0.003. I think that's acceptable. I don't think I need to balance these cells. They're pretty much kind of the same. So this is the first time I've worked with this app. So here we go. We have individual cell voltages here, 3.301, 3.302, 3.3, 3.299. So yeah, they're all pretty much the same. So I don't think I need to be, balancing them anytime soon. Although I do have a cell balancer, which is that thing I couldn't think of the name of yesterday. This guy. I think the BMS can do it himself, or itself. Why did I just refer to it as a person? But it's pretty smart, man. It can manage my batteries for me, which is great. I mean, that's better than most people, you know what I mean? So maybe it is fitting that I personify it. But I do have a cell balancer here, so I can use that if I need to. But I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of look at what these other settings are. If it'll load. I don't know if you guys can see that. I guess there's nothing in that screen. We'll go to dashboard, I guess. Okay, and then what's this? 99 score. Okay, so it tells you if the cells are out of balance and what the score is. Well, I got a 99. I mean, that's pretty good. That's almost 100. Battery state. Let's see. Total voltage. No current currently, which makes sense. 8S, which is good. Average voltage 3.3, great. Charging switch, discharge switch, on and on. Temperature number 2, temp 1, temp 2, because it has 2 temperature gauges which I need to run. Cycled 0 times, 190 amp hours. Let's see. Can I set some sort of protection information? Short circuit, charging, discharge. Pack under voltage. That's probably because I was fiddling around with it. That's fine. Parameters setting. Here we go. I think that's what we need to get to. So we have It says you can choose the kind of battery you have. I believe I got the lithium ion lights, so we'll do that. So it auto-populated some of the stuff here. So cell number 8, that's right. Nominal capacity 190 amp hours, that's right. Galvanometer resistance, huh? I don't know what that means. There is a tooltip here. Ooh, crafty Chinese. Let's see what the tooltip tells me. Yeah, of course, it's in Chinese. Oh, maybe this is the translation. The current sense resistance value is the protection plate detection current precision. I mean, is this even? It's English. I can see that, but is this real? Is this? It says this cannot be modified, so I guess I don't have to worry about that. Okay, and then over voltage at 3.6, over voltage release at 3.55. Over voltage release delay is 2 seconds. Under voltage is 2.75. Okay, so that's good to know. 2.75. So then I know what to set my cutoffs at. Pack over voltage at 28. Is this different if I change this? It does change. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. So we'll just set it to light, and apparently these auto-populate. Let's see if there's anything else that's kind of interesting. Discharge over temperature is 75 degrees Celsius, so that's plenty, because I was kind of worried that during hot days, like, the thing would just shut off, you know what I mean? Good thing this has temperature monitors on it, but 75 degrees Celsius is pretty hot, man, so I think that's okay. Okay, here we go. Here's something that I can change here as a user. Hardware over current protection is 83 amps. I'll probably never pull 83 amps, so that's good. Hardware over current protection delay, that's the amount of time it takes before it shuts off. All this stuff looks okay. Hardware over voltage protection is set at 3.9, and I can't change that, so I'll just leave that. And then for 8 seconds it'll overcharge before shutting off. Hardware under voltage protection, under voltage protection delay 16 seconds. So 16 seconds might be a little long. I think I'll just leave it as is, you know, leave everything as is, because batteries do bow under load. So if you put a really big load on a battery pack like this, the voltage will bow down, and so 16 seconds, usually, you know, for a burst use, if I'm cooking something, that's usually where the battery will bow the most during cooking. For 16 seconds, if it does that, I think it should be fine. So I'll just leave all of these things alone. Check some of the other stuff. Function setting. Okay, we have a switch function, load check, balance enable, temperature 1 and temperature 2. We don't have any of these other temperature sensors, so they're not gonna, what am I saying? So let's see. So I can connect to this app while I'm driving and look at it while I'm driving. That's kind of nice. Dashboard range, I don't know what that means, so I'll just leave it like that. GPS open, okay, I don't know why they need to know where I am, but we'll just leave that the way it is. And I think that's it, honestly. I don't know what else there is to look at. So there's not really a whole lot to mess with. This settings panel, or whatever this is, there's nothing in it. So I don't understand that at all. Why would you even have that be an option if there's nothing in it? Those Chinese, man, they're tricky, I'll tell you. I'll tell you, they're super tricky. Just having random buttons to push where it's empty, a null field. I'm very, you know. Okay, so that app is fun, I guess. I didn't really need to do anything with it. You can lock it, apparently, and unlock. Oh, okay. It tells you how fast you're going, or how you're moving. Oh, I guess these batteries are made for a car, electric vehicle, so maybe that's why. I don't know why they would create an app for that. Just to tell you, like, how much battery you have left, I guess. What your range is. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's kind of cool. So you could buy a bunch of these and make a car out of them. And drive around, and then it would tell you what your range is, like how much battery life you have left, and blah blah blah, how fast you're going, all that crap, huh? Interesting. Okay, so maybe that might be a future project. I have been wanting to tear down my pickup truck and turn that into an EV, which might be kind of fun using some of these cells here, you know, maybe not these ones, but you know, maybe now. Obviously I would need a lot more. I was planning on filling the whole bed with batteries, and that should probably be enough to drive an electric motor for maybe like a 30-mile range or something, probably. But yeah, I was gonna maybe try to create something myself because it seemed kind of fun. All right, so let's get out of this. Oh, it's loading something. Is back? Does back just refresh stuff? I don't know. All right, let's just leave it at that. Get out of there. Okay, so that's done. So my solar charge controller is blinking now. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but down there is the solar charge controller right here, and the light is blinking battery. Plop, 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 plop. So that means it's connected. So I'm going to go ahead and change some of these parameters. The charging profile is set to my old battery, which is not going to work for this battery. It's not going to do anything. So let me go ahead and change those, and hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. So here's that screen. I don't know if, can you see that? Yeah, kind of. So let's go ahead and change some of this stuff.